Yo, what up, Friendster? It's Lennester. Alright, bro, take it in. I thought my GameStop work stories were wild as hell, but somebody sent me a ton of different GameStop horror stories. Some that are just straight up nightmare fuel from customers, and I was told with my voice acting like voice, quote quote, is be a pretty fun video idea, and I kind of agree. So today I'm going to be going through some of the wildest GameStop stories with y'all. Not gonna lie, strap in, bro. It actually gets pretty chaotic, so here we go. So this was it. I promoted myself to a customer today. I had reached my fucking breaking point, as during a phone trade-in, I'm handing her her cash card with the agreed upon amount of money that I had put on it, that we already agreed upon. Things were supposed to be copacetic, things were supposed to be cool. So tell me why I get a gun pulled on me and told to give her the phone back. Not gonna lie, this story is actually genuinely insane. I have no idea what I would do in this situation. Well, I do, bro, but like, this is just nuts. I'm not gonna lie. There's no reason for this. This is low-key insane. Obviously, I didn't want to get shot, so I complied. I gave it back, and she ran. Then, after I do all the theft stuff that you have to do, like calling 911 and contacting loss prevention, I get a call from my DM, district manager, screaming and cursing me out, saying that I shouldn't have gave it back to her, and saying I should be ashamed of costing the store money. So she got $100 for a beat up iPhone, basically going on and on that I should put my life on the line to prevent a $100 loss. Are we serious right now? Are you serious? You are a garbage DM. I can't believe he told you that. So after the last month and a half of getting verbally harassed by this DM to get better numbers, running a store entirely by myself, getting stopped by some homeless crackhead who's been rummaging through our dumpsters, and a multitude of other BS I've dealt with since getting hired, I waited for my coworker to show up, clocked out, and called him up to say I quit. Fuck this company. Do not work here or give them your money. Generally, that guy is a monster. That DM is a monster. He did not even care that you almost died. He basically just said, oh, yeah, well, we lost $100 because, you know, you didn't want to get shot or you didn't want to ride the risk of getting shot. That was $100 for the company. That was for the company. Yeah, don't listen to those guys. You did the right thing. That is insane. This legit happened today. I generally don't understand grown-ups throwing tantrums. SM here, that means store manager. I was on break during the beginning part of this, but could clearly hear the guy out front. My RK, that's retail key holder, I believe, is a little under the weather, but fine. He's a little under the weather, but fine. He was selling a customer a digital PS5. The customer was a little touchy from the jump. He complained about the price being raised on the PS5 in general. My RK then, while ringing up the sale, accidentally dropped. Yo, enjoyed the video so far? What if I told you an altered version? A true version of my work, a place packed with exclusive character art, animation, gifts, and more. You can even check out my new Sisters of Battle series, plus other games parodies I'm working on, and all other type of fire content. But it doesn't reside here, brother. It's only on my Patreon. With your help, I can create even more animations, cartoons, and awesome projects for you to enjoy. Bro, every little bit helps, and you'll get to see all the behind-the-scenes action. So what are you waiting for, brother? Support your boy. The thumb grips he was selling, and the guy started accusing him of being on drugs. Again, keep in mind, he's actually under the weather, but he's powering through his shift. He really escalated things quickly. My RK keeps his cool, finishes ringing him up, and informs him that we are unfortunately out of the console bags, and gave him a few alternative options. We are a state that requires you to bring your own shopping bag. Not gonna lie, that's also a thing in Ontario and Canada as well, so I get it. Now, here's where things get crazy. For whatever reason, this guy loses it. I'm talking literally screaming at the top of his lungs about us not having a bag. I come out to try and calm the situation, explain politely that we had run out of console bags earlier in the day, and we only had smaller bags. I'd be happy to give him a trash bag or a plain box to put his items in. The whole time, he continues screaming at me at the top of his lungs about how he can't believe that we don't have any bag. He then comes at me personally, saying that I'm getting paid for him to yell at me, and he works harder for his money because it's all commission, and I should feel disgusted with myself. I'm not going to. He then called me a has-been because I'm apparently 50 or something. Nope, definitely not there yet, not even close. And I still work in retail and never made anything for myself. He then keeps going in on my RK, who has stepped into the back, and called him a druggie, and he used angel dust and that he's a junkie. It was just a huge mess. Mind you, this is all still about a bag. Here's another one, and this one's kind of weird, but it's 100% real. A customer buys a wired headset from my coworker. Says he's getting it as a replacement for his son's headset because it stopped working on the controller. He's informed that with all new products that once it's open, that unless the headset is defective, it's his to keep once the seal is broken. That's just a company policy GameStop's had forever. It's never going to change, honestly. Customer comes back in an hour or two later and is demanding a full refund. He learned that the controller was a problem after he opened the new one. My coworker asks me if we can refund him, and I explain the return policy to the customer again, and he gets irate, like he's crashing out, and demands again for a full refund, and tells me to just do it anyways. After a bit of back and forth, he realizes he wasn't getting one, and he proceeds to ask us for our own money. I wish I was joking, but this guy is straight up asking us to pay him in our own cash from our own wallets to buy the headset off of him. For inconveniencing him, I guess? I get some pretty odd characters, don't get me wrong, but this guy literally took the whole cake. RKH here, and I had a guest come in at 7:45 p.m. My store closes at 8 p.m. I was in the middle of doing a huge trade with a guest when they walked in. She wanted me to stop what I was doing and do her trade because she wanted to trade in a phone. I told her I was going to be an extra 30 minutes or so, and by then it would be too late because we close at 8 o'clock. I gently and kindly told her I had a sister store just 2 miles down the road that could get to her and give her quicker service because I had 2 people I was doing trades with, one on each register. She got mad and was like, I'm here before close, can't you just do it? I said I know, but I can't stay open past 8 p.m. Currently, I'm sitting at close to 40 hours because of 2 no-shows, 2 no-show workers. She walks out. I was thinking she was gonna leave and go to my sister's store. Nope, she's in the parking lot yelling and fighting with her boyfriend because I didn't help her. She comes storming back in at 7:57. There's literally only 3 minutes left on the shift. I'm still doing trades. I was still doing trades I was working on. And she starts demanding my name so she can call my supervisor and call customer service on me and report me to get me fired for refusing service to her. She wasted 10 minutes in the parking lot and being hostile when she could have just drove down the street and gotten everything taken care of. No, she wanted to be a Karen. Okay, rant over. Thanks for listening to my TED Talk. As you can see, the wild and insanity life of working at a GameStop is borderline endless. Like, there's always something, there's always someone complaining, there's always some crazy customer. You'll either get a random stalker, you'll either get a random customer doing the most crazy stuff. Not gonna lie, the gun is a new one. I never heard of someone actually like, yeah, you hear about it, but to actually rob a GameStop is literally insane. I've never heard of someone going like that all out for a $100 iPhone. That's just nuts. But that is it for this video, guys. Let me know if you want me to do any more GameStop Reddit stories. This is actually a really fun one. I actually probably will do more, I'm not gonna lie, because this is just a really fun thing to do in between like longer videos that take now a billion years to get done. But yeah, with that being said, guys, I will talk to you in the next one. Alright guys, I'm gone.